If I could use one word to describe Iron Man, it would be epic.
Exhilarating.
Groundbreaking.
Damn it, that was gonna be my word. Metal. Because he's metal.
Iron Man is one of the most important Marvel movies ever by virtue of the fact that it's the first one, I think.
It started this whole train known as the MCU. It introduced this incredible, like, super badass soundtrack.
It set the formula for the successful Marvel movie, which was to take these weird comic book stories, bring them to life, but ground it in a sense of humor.
Hello.
Tony. Who's this?
I remember this really cool scene where Iron Man shoots that tiny little rocket into the tank. Does the badass superhero walk away? And just massive explosion.
It had a ton of action. There was so much technology. I remember visually, we were inside of his helmet and all those visual effects were popping up.
You have Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, you have Clark Gregg as Coulson, Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts. Like, we really just nailed the casting in this movie that set the foundation of everything that was going to come in the MCU.
So much of this movie works because of the morality tale of it, the arc of this guy who had been profited from death. His sort of moral awakening still informs the MCU to this day. Him trying to stop Thanos, a guy who made money off of weapons of mass destruction, trying to stop somebody with the ultimate weapon of mass destruction it's pretty neat full circle.
And what do you say to your other nickname, the Merchant of Death?
That's not bad.
He wasn't the nicest guy in this version.
He's a real D-bag through the
He's
first
just
half
the
of
worst.
He's a little bit of a jerk.
Arrogant and douchey and kind of a dick.
Really unlikable.
He's an endearing rogue.
It wasn't beholden to the comic books necessarily in that they let Robert Downey Jr. be himself and kind of create his own character, which now I feel like has bled over into the comics. That's another reason why it's so iconic.
Tony Stark was essentially like a B-C tier Marvel hero. It is because of Robert Downey Jr.'s amazing performance that we now consider Iron Man one of the foremost Avengers in the comics and the movies and beyond.
Could pull off that facial hair in the first movie.
Yes, it's very cool.
I think my favorite moment of Iron Man is probably Tony's first flight. Once he's kind of worked out some of the kinks, but not all of them, you kind of see the joy of being a hero.
My favorite scene from that entire movie was when Nick Fury comes out.
Who the hell are you?
Comes out and you're like, what? Samuel L. Jackson is in this?
I'm here to talk to you about the Avenger Initiative.
When he puts on the suit and just goes ham on the entire cave. Oh, Iron Man! It was just so exciting.
My favorite scene in Iron Man is both of the press conference scenes. That press conference scene and that ultimately the I am Iron Man kind of declaration at the end only works because we've seen him grow from being this morally kind of dubious dude into the guy who sits down with the cheeseburger and tells the press the truth.
I
I
I
am Iron Man.